Hello everybody, welcome to Also Rusty Bucket. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and drop a like on this video. I'm trying to hit 100k subscribers on this channel by the end of the year, so your subscription would be much appreciated. For that intro, I wasn't really trying to do it fast, and I was like, oh shit, I'm supposed to do them fast. And here we are. This is Hot Takes, and I haven't done one in a while, and I kind of feel like I forgot that these are a thing. It's like the easiest views ever, and low effort, and I just completely forgot that I can do these. So that's stupid. I'm going to be doing these every Sunday and Wednesday as the season opens up. I might be doing daily, what do you call them? Post-game reactions. It's been a while, I forgot what they're fucking called. But yeah, these are going to be coming out frequently. Let's get into it. Keldon Johnson, All-Star and Most Improved Player, in brackets, at least top 3 finalists. If Keldon Johnson jumps from what he was last year to an All-Star, yeah, he's going to win Most Improved Player, and more importantly than that, he's definitely going to be a top 3 candidate. I think Keldon Johnson is a fine player. I think he can be a really good player and even an all-star caliber guy, but I don't think he's going to make that leap by next year. I think that's a bit of a stretch. Grizzlies will be more successful with Morant than the Lakers were with Russ. Now, first of all, that's a weird comparison that's not really necessary. That's like trying to throw shade at Russell Westbrook that's really not relevant. Not to mention the circumstances of those teams are drastically different. The Timberwolves, the OKC Thunder, when it was just Russ, was like, it was a very brief period of time and back and forth as to whether or not they actually put that great of a team around him. Of course, there was the PG thing, but other than that, it was pretty much nothing but bad. So I think that's a weird comparison. Ja, I don't think will ever be better than Russell Westbrook at his peak. I think he has a chance to be in a semi-similar tier, but I don't know. I think Ja has a little bit less of the poor plays in his game, but also not quite the elevation that I think Russ can bring to the table. But I also don't really like doing this comparison. I don't think it's really fair, and I don't think it's in good faith, so I'm just going to move on. From Big Booty Rudy, the Grizzlies will definitely win the division if we trade for Ben Simmons. Well, I looked at what was in the actual division for the Grizzlies, and it's like the Pelicans, the Spurs, the Mavericks, and there was another one that I can't remember. The Rockets. It's like, sure. Other than I think the Grizzlies are better than every team except for the Mavericks in that. And if you get Ben Simmons, sure, the spacing will be atrocious. Ben Simmons makes me want to throw up. But it would be a crazy good defensive team, and offensively that's enough playmaking that I think you figure it out, especially if you get a full season of healthy Jaren. But like, winning the division is not a big deal because it's not a strong division, and no one gives a fuck about divisions. I very rarely hear people refer to divisions anymore because nobody cares about divisions whatsoever, nor should they. They're meaningless. The Pelicans are underrated. A front court with Zion Valanciunas surrounded by shooters like Devontae, Trey Murphy, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and Hart could take the next step. They are set for Zion to bring them back to relevance in similar fashion to Trey last year. I will agree. No, I won't agree with really any of this. I think the Pelicans are a team that will like just one day burst onto the scenes. Like, I don't know if it'll be this year or next year. I feel like it's just gonna feel like it comes out of nowhere where they go from not good to really good. I don't know that it's gonna be much of a progressive thing for them, and I don't have much reason why I believe that. I just do, which is not good analysis whatsoever. But I don't know. This is what you signed up for. As for them being underrated, I don't really think so. I think they have the talent, but right now it almost feels like a DeMarcus Cousins Sacramento Kings, where there's talent there, but there's just something that's not piecing it all together. Hopefully, new coach might affect that. LeBron is currently not top 5. The names that I think are acceptable to put over LeBron right now would be Steph, Kevin Durant, Giannis. I feel like I'm blanking on someone major right now. Steph, Kevin Durant, Giannis, and then there's Kawhi. Am I missing somebody blatantly obvious right now? There's someone else, right? No? That's 4. Those are the only 4 names that I think I would dare put over LeBron. I'm not forgetting anybody, right? I swear to God if I am. So yeah, LeBron's definitely top 5, and I feel like even if there were 5 names where it's reasonable to put in front of him, you're probably hating at that point if you're putting all 5 of those guys there. So yeah, no, I don't agree with that whatsoever. I don't think he's solidly like 100% in the top 3 or anything, but I think top 5, pretty confident he's in there. Harden and Kyrie are a better backcourt, not duo backcourt, than peak Klay and Steph. I assume what he means by not duo is like they don't play off of each other as well, but like talent-wise, they're the best between the two. And I guess I'd agree to that yeah, pure talent-wise, James Harden is not as good as Steph, but it's not a huge degree of difference. And Kyrie Irving is definitely better than Klay Thompson by a notable margin. So sure, from a talent perspective, for sure, I would give you that one. Jaylen Green is already a top 10 shooting guard. I'm pretty avidly on the Jaylen Green hype train at this point. However, I would not make that assumption right out of the gate. I mean, it's hard to say for sure because it's a rookie, but I think that's a little premature. Let's actually see him play an NBA game before we say things like that. James Harden will end his career as a top 25 all-time player. See, these are the kind of things that are hot takes if you just hate James Harden. But otherwise, this is not a hot take. I believe I had James Harden. I checked it specifically for this. I don't even know why I'm saying I believe it. I went back and looked at my top 50 all-time list, which is extremely flawed, but just to see where I'd put him at the time, like 2.5 years ago when that list came out, I had James Harden at 27. And he'd probably go up from there. So he's probably already top 25 in my book. So he's definitely going to retire top 25. I don't think this is a hot take, but it might be, because James Harden is one of the most over-criticized and hated players in the league. And I've said this a couple times now about James Harden, but it's weird because I'm very often on the pro James Harden side, but I cannot stand his fans. So I always feel weird like advocating for him. But anyways, yeah, that's that. The Timberwolves will be a 7 to 8 seed this year. Patty Mills is going to win 6th Man of the Year. Well, for that first take, I obviously made a video on why I think the Timberwolves have a chance of being a play-in team or even higher than that. The team definitely has the talent. It's really a matter of them just getting healthy. There's obviously that whole ordeal with their GM, but looking into that, it ended up seeming like the Timberwolves were in the right in that one, even if they should have given Cat a little bit of a heads up as to what was going to happen. But that's not really a side thing, but I felt the need to comment on it because I never did any video topic covering it. But I think the Timberwolves can be a playoff caliber team next year. It's just a matter of health. They had a plus 500 record when D'Lo and Cat played together. That was just such a small sample size that they need to get fucking healthy, essentially. And as for the Patty Mills 6th Man of the Year, he's among my top candidates. I think he'll be in that conversation for sure. The Sixers will regress defensively if/when they trade Ben Simmons, and they will drop to the 5th seed. Well, first of all, it's not if/when. They're gonna trade Ben Simmons. Or there's no if about it. As for the fall off defensively, I feel like that's kind of a given. The odds of them getting a defensive player as good as and impactful as Ben Simmons is virtually 0. So yeah. As for dropping to the 5th seed, I mean, that's entirely arbitrary. Yeah, I don't know how much their defense drops and how much that affects their seeding. I don't know. The Sixers next year are going to be a very interesting case, and they kind of always are, but I'm looking forward to it. I definitely agree that their defense will fall off, but I also think if they get the right pieces, there is room for their offense to improve, and overall I think their defense is going to be fine, so should be interesting. Anyways, that was Hot Takes, and like and subscribe. That's it. Goodbye.